Hi, it's Jane with Scraptastic Yarns, and gotten a little bit more done on the WIP that I've been working on. But this week was a week of a few different types of crafts as well. So let me show you a couple of those. Now, this week I was away at Lamar's Lighthouse Camp. It was family week. So we went and they have a Bible study, and I always go for the Bible study, but we also did some crafts. So I thought I would show you the first one. One of the first crafts that we did is where you take an artificial flower, cut a bit of the stem, and then you just use floral tape and you wind it around on your pen. And you leave the bottom part. We use big pins for this one. You can use whatever pins, preferably with a cap, but you don't have to have a cap, you know. The best thing is not to have one that's like a click pin. And then of course, did another little flower there. But you choose whatever flower you want, you wrap them. I think it takes all of 2 minutes to do. Okay, maybe 3. But it didn't take long. Now, one of the things that we did also is I taught a couple of the older folks, as well as some of the teens, how to do the magic markers with the alcohol, to get a design on your t-shirts. Some of the older adults, one of the ladies had found a box of hankies. I think they were 10 or 12 hankies. So she brought the box of hankies back, and so we went away and they did some hankies, they did some t-shirts. Some of them just did whatever they felt like, different fabrics, those kind of things, because that was the whole idea. Seeing the process and how it works so you can apply it to other things. But you know, my sister had talked me into buying white tennis shoes for white night when we went on the cruise. And of course we couldn't stay up late enough to go to white night. Thought about doing my white shirt, and I will do that later, and probably the pants as well. But I thought, you know what? I'm gonna play with these tennis shoes. So I did my tennis shoes and played a little bit, had quite a bit of fun with it. And the whole idea is you draw on them, and then you either use an eyedropper or use a spray bottle and spray the design, and it bleeds. Looks a little bit like tie-dye. So that was quite a bit of fun, just playing with that and doing that. So, yeah, what can I say? I had fun. We also made, out of some of the hankies, we folded them and made roses out of those. But I'm not sure where my rose went. Let me go find it. Well, have no idea where the rose is. I'll have to show you that another time. But it's a real simple process. You basically take a napkin or the hanky, you fold it in half so it's like a triangle. Then you roll it up, and then you basically just roll one end tightly into it, and then you'll tuck it on the one end, and then you'll pull up the outer leaves, and you have a nice little flower. So yeah, that was a little bit of fun with that. All right, the WIP. I have gotten quite a bit farther. I believe I have about 12 rows left to finish this, and then it will be finished. I'm looking forward to that, really looking forward to that. as you are seeing this today, I am putting up some new bags into the shop, but I'm going to do the water and Tarnation first, and then I'll show you the bags. And by the time you see this, they should be up in the shop. And I will be off to Williamsport for a nerve conduction study of the wrist. So, oh yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. And I always find it funny because they always tell you, oh, it doesn't hurt. So just pray that I don't bite or kick the doctor. Let's just leave it at that. Okay. You ready for a little water and Tarnation? Because I have a little bit to tell you. Okay. First generation iPhone from 2007 sells for $190, $372, $372.80. For some reason that was really hard to say because, my God, someone pay that much for an iPhone? Anyway, a rare first generation iPhone from 2007 was auctioned for $372,080, setting a new record for the holy grail of collectible iPhones. I'll say. LCG Auction said Sunday's auction for the factory-sealed 4GB model iPhone ended with a high bid of more than 400 times the device's original price. The original 4G model is considered a holy grail amongst iPhone collectors. Its extreme scarcity is directly related to its limited production. The iPhone was discontinued just 2 months after its launch due to its popularity being far surpassed by the 8GB model. Think about that. What are they now? Yeah. The phone's provenance is pristine as the co-signer was part of the original engineering team at Apple when the iPhone was first launched. Collectors and investors will be hard-pressed to find a superior example. LCG Auctions previously sold an 8GB iPhone from 2007 for $63,356.40 in February. And there you have it. Donkey hoisted out of North Carolina sinkholes. It's bad enough that it's a sinkhole, but the poor donkey, could you imagine the fear in the donkey when it dropped down in that sinkhole? Firefighters in North Carolina came to the rescue of an unlucky donkey that fell down a sinkhole and couldn't climb back out. The Wake Forest Fire Department said in a Facebook post that Engine 4 and Ladder 1 crews responded alongside the Raleigh Urban Search and Rescue and the Brassfield Volunteer Fire Department when the donkey was found trapped in a Granville County sinkhole. Crews from all agencies worked together to create a lifting system to pull the donkey out of the hole. The donkey, named Dora, was hoisted to safety. Firefighters said the animal was not injured. Fireballs, beautiful. Fireball lights up early morning sky over Louisiana. A large fireball illuminated the early morning sky over Louisiana, and the possible meteor was caught on camera by some residents' security cameras. The American Meteor Society confirmed it's received multiple reports of a fireball in the sky over southeastern Louisiana around 4:30 a.m. last Friday, on the 14th. The fireball was captured by home securities in Gretna, Madisonville, and Eunice. Probably Eunice. Fireballs are commonly caused by meteors entering the Earth's atmosphere. Meteorologists said Friday morning's fireball may have also been space debris, burning up while descending. And of course, they are investigating the incident. Why, Thailand? Why? That's what I have to ask. Why? Why would you do something like this? Burger King sandwich with 20 slices of cheese goes viral in Thailand. An unusual Burger King menu item offered in Thailand is going viral online after the fast food chain confirmed the real cheeseburger features 20 slices of American cheese and no meat. Then that ain't a cheeseburger. It's a cheese sandwich. The real cheeseburger launched Monday at Burger King locations across Thailand, and the fast food chain took to social media to explain, "This is no joke. This is real." The 20-slice cheese sandwich sells for $3.10, far less than the $10.90 price tag for a more traditional cheeseburger with beef included. The unusual menu item went viral online, and at least one Burger King location in Bangkok had to suspend delivery orders for the sandwich to ensure there was enough stock for in-store customers. Customer I'm Jipek 25 told CNN she likes cheese on her burgers, but this was a bit too much. "You think?" "I could only finish half of it," she said. "This is an insane amount of cheese added into one burger. Food is good when things are at the right combination." "It's not a burger. It's a cheese sandwich." That's a lot of cheese, folks. What is that, like a package? That's more than a package of cheese. Don't they sell them at 16 slices? Good grief. All right. You gotta love otters. They're awful cute, but they're mean. And people always think they're adorable. And always find it funny, "Oh, I love otters." Yeah, but otters will rape one another in the ocean, in the water, until they're dead. So, no, they're not nice critters. Wildlife officials trying to capture surfboard-stealing otter. Wildlife officials in California said they are attempting to capture and rehome a sea otter that has embarked on an unusual crime spree, stealing surfboards. California Department of Fish and Wildlife said the 5-year-old female, known as Otter 841, was observed stealing surfboards to ride the waves in Santa Cruz on at least 3 occasions during the weekend. Maybe she just wanted to get her groove on. Who knows? The California sea otter, an endangered species, was born in captivity at the Monterey Bay Aquarium, but keepers took measures to attempt to prevent the animal from growing accustomed to humans, officials said. The otter was released into the wild after being weaned, but in 2021 the animal was observed climbing onto watercrafts, including kayaks and surfboards. Officials said the behavior increased over time and the otter has become more aggressive. Maybe she just loves to surf. Who knows? CDFW officials said Otter 841 will be returned to the Monterey Bay Aquarium till a permanent home can be found, but they have to catch her first. She's been quite talented at evading us, Jessica Fuji, Sea Otter Program Manager, the Monterey Bay Aquarium, told the New York Times. Guess what? There's an update. That happened just 3 days after that initial story. California wildlife officials worked to safely capture aggressive sea otter. Now see how that changed that title? Now she's no longer surfing. Gosh. California and federal wildlife officials have vowed to do everything possible to safely capture a sea otter that has been aggressively approaching surfers and kayakers in the Pacific Ocean and near Santa Cruz. Oh, the California Department of Fish and Wildlife and the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service said Friday they will do the best they can to capture the 5-year-old female, which has been making news by biting surfboards and exhibiting other aggressive behavior. Known as Otter 841, the animal was born at the Monterey Bay Aquarium, but was released into the wild in 2021. The organization say a team of capture specialists from the CDFW and the Monterey Bay Aquarium has been trying to catch the sea otter since July the 2nd, but has been unsuccessful. Earlier this week, officials used a dummy surfer to try and lure the otter, but were unable to do so. Monterey Bay Aquarium Sea Otter Program Manager Jess Fuji says that although this otter was born in an animal care facility, she was raised by her mother with minimal human contact. Upon capture, the sea otter will undergo a health assessment and eventually be rehomed in a zoo or aquarium, state and federal wildlife officials said in a joint statement issued Friday. The usual method for safely capturing healthy wild sea otters is a clandestine underwater approach, said Colin Young, a sea otter biologist at the CDFW. In this case, however, the water has been generally too murky for us to see the animal from below. We are adapting other capture methods to this situation, but must ensure the safety of both the sea otter and the people attempting capture, which has limited our options and opportunities, Young continued. The otter has been tagged with a radio transmitter, which allows its location to be tracked, but scientists believe capturing the otter could take days or weeks. The goal is the safe capture of this female sea otter to remove the potential public safety risk while also recognizing and acknowledging the important role sea otters play in coastal ecosystems along the central California coast, said Lillian Carswell of the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. The organizations say that once the otter is captured, it will be taken to the Monterey Bay Aquarium, where it will be examined before being brought to a permanent home at an aquarium or zoo. The organizations emphasize that euthanasia and other lethal methods are not under consideration. However, officials are asking surfers and kayakers to avoid approaching sea otters. Otter 841, get your next surfboard and get on out of there. You gotta love an otter that's just ornery, right? All right, let's get into the bags. It'll be up in the shop. There are 3 of these cats in the flower gardens drawstring bags. Most of them have yellow on the interior. This also has yellow on the band. There are 3 of those. Well, let's make a noise. And there is one of the dragonflies, and it has that blue paisley on the interior. Then I have 3 wolves, and these have different interiors. They all have tan for the drawstring portion. I believe there are 2 with that brownish interior. It's a little bit of a green with brownish flowers type things. And then there is one that has just a plain green interior. There are 2 of the kittens with the yarn balls, not bowls, and they have the purple interior. There is one penguin, and this one has a light blue interior. Who doesn't love penguins? And there are 3 of the barnyard animals, and they all have a yellow interior. Now I have to tell you, this next one, you know, I always joke that there's always some fabric that I consider sacred that I don't want to cut up, and this was one of them. But I determined this is the year. I love this print. It is Wales, the orca, and these have a dark blue interior, and there are 3 of the drawstring. And now we're going to get into some of the totes. These totes do not have pockets in them. They do not have pockets on the outside. They're just a plain tote. This tote is a little bit smaller than the others. I believe this is about 10 inches tall. Maybe not 10 inches tall. Maybe 9.5 inches tall, and it's a little bit wider, about probably 15 inches wide. The interior has that bandana, the red bandana in it, and it's the horses. Now this one is the normal regular size bag that I normally make. Oh, I'm gonna have to cut that string, which is, I believe, 14.5 by 12. And it has a red bandana on the interior as well. And then I have one penguin. And this one has the light blue on the interior. Penguins. Doesn't matter what time of year, they're good for all year long, right? And then I have 2 of the cocoa pelly in the forest. They both, I believe, have a tan interior. So there are 2 of those. And then there is one wolf. Now the wolf has a little bit of a different interior on this one. It has that like yellowish with the black, I want to say crackle look to it. But there is one of the wolf. There is one of the kittens with the yarn balls, and these are, it has the purple on the interior. There are 2 of the cats in the flower garden totes. They do have a yellow interior. Like I said, there are 2. There are 2 of the whales with the dark blue interior. One has the cotton webbing straps. The other one has the hand-made straps with the whale fabric. So that is it for the totes and for the bags that are up in the shop. So, you know, if you're interested, go, by all means, get one. All right. Are you ready for Amazing Grace? Take refuge. Let all who take refuge in you be glad. Let them ever sing for joy. Spread your protection over them, that those who love your name may rejoice in you. Psalm 5, verse 11, the New International Version. Summer heat sometimes brings summer storms. Boy, we're having a lot of those here. With a tornado heading your way, you'd seek protection. You get low beneath something sturdy and strong. The Lord wants to be your shelter from the storms of life. He asks us to humble ourselves, to get low before Him, and take refuge under His strong arms. The reward not just protection, but songs of joy. What storms are trying to rob your joy? And that is it for today's devotional. As always, be kind to one another. Love one another. Get out there and see this big, beautiful world we live in. And I will see you again soon. All right, everybody, have a great week. Bye.